Hello Taurus, this is a timeless reading for you. First, I'm gonna use the classic Weight Tarot in Art Nouveau style, and later I'm gonna use all of my own decks as well. I made them all by myself. And let's just see what's about to come up for you. I have actually pre-shuffled all the cards, but I'm just gonna give them another shuffle. So let's see. 6 of Wands and Ace of Swords. That looks pretty good. I feel like you might be very determined at this time. And let's see about what you are so determined. In the recent past, you might have felt a little bit defensive, but not in a maybe a little bit in a fearful way, but not, I feel like you're really fighting and defending something that you are very determined about. Like you are so clear and sharp about moving forwards with something. Some of you could have even already reached a certain point of satisfaction, success, whatever, achievement, whatever it is for you. But it's not yet where you want to be entirely, so you're still pushing forwards. And I feel like you're very fierce at the moment. And it could be that maybe someone tried a little bit to attack what you are creating, or attack you for creating it, pursuing whatever this is. But you bitterly defended it. This is the old energy that if you are still a little bit in this energy, like fearing that someone or something might destabilize this situation, you probably will soon be getting out of this kind of energy and get into the energy of the Ace of Pentacles, which I feel is both your energy and someone else's energy towards you. I feel like it's also the energy of a situation, like whatever this is that you're working on, it might soon bear fruits. Also, it could be that on top of it, someone might offer you something besides what you have already worked on. And it could also be you offering something to someone else, like maybe you are in a position where you have some kind of free space to hire someone, or I don't know, maybe you have a lot of material gains left over, so you want to donate to someone or something or some cause. I'm seeing a lot of different things in this Ace of Pentacles at the moment. It could even be all of it together. I feel like you might not even be aware that whatever this is that you're working on is very long term. You might think maybe this is like a hobby that you have on the side, or a small business that you're building on the side, or maybe you think, oh, this is a good time to invest into something, as long as this, whatever it is that you're pursuing or doing or investing your energy and focus into, you might think maybe it's just a trend, and you will just, take the chance while this trend is still on to jump onto it and make use of the time. So as long as this is trendy and I can be successful with it, I'm gonna jump on that train, and I know one day it might be over, but before it is over, I'm gonna take out of it as much as I can, not even being aware that this could actually be something long term. I'm thinking of an example right now. Sorry, I can't figure one out. Sometimes, I just like to include some examples that I have in mind into my readings. Or let's just say if we apply this to a job situation, it doesn't have to be a job situation for everyone. It could be a relationship, it could be a hobby, it could be anything. But for those who like to take it as a job or career reading or just a finance reading, it could be that you already have a kind of job that you have been doing for a while, you have no problem with doing it, but maybe you thought of I don't know, let's just think of we had that here in Germany when this whole virus thing was still, in the early stages. Some people were suing, is it suing or sewing? What's the English word for that? You know what I mean. They were making their own masks out of some nice, colorful fabrics, and they sold it to people, and they were having this little side business. Or this is just an example, like when you think, oh, there's something that I can do on the side for a while, as long as it's still a kind of trend. And whenever this trend, fades out, I have, I made some money, I could build up some savings, and then I will just continue to do my old job, something like that. Or something seasonal, like in Germany, usually during winter, the ice cream shops close. That you think, yeah, I'm just doing this for a while, and when it doesn't work, it doesn't matter, because I have another job actually. But it seems that you're not even aware that this could be something much long term than you expect. That might even be a part of your life until old age, or even until death. It could be that this is something spiritual with the High Priestess here. It could also just mean that your intuition is very sure about it, that this is not just a logical thing for you, like a logical decision. Oh, this is very trendy, somehow I'm capable of doing it, so I'm just gonna do it for a few months. It feels deeper than that. It feels like you just have this intuition that this is something important to you, and an important phase of your life. No matter how long this phase will be, you feel the need to do whatever this is. So let's go ahead. So far, this has been a very nice energy. Yeah, just a confirmation. With the Nine of Pentacles, it makes you feel good about yourself, not in a narcissistic way, but just, it's just something that you enjoy doing, and you see that you can really reap some benefits besides the joy that you feel while doing it. And it feels like it's completing something within you. Like maybe for some people who don't hate their jobs, who somehow accept their jobs or even like their jobs, even if they, have a second kind of income, it just could complete that whole thing. And I also feel like for some of you, it could really mean that it maybe just closes a financial gap. Maybe your regular job is not paying well. Like you can survive somehow, but you also have to negotiate, or not negotiate, to make compromises in life sometimes. And when you go to the supermarket or whatever other shop, that you sometimes then, calculate and think, can I really afford it? Like, not that it bothers you a lot, but, it's easier to not always having to worry about that. It just feels like it closes some kind of gap, even if it was just a small gap. It also could improve your self-confidence. I feel like this Emperor is your energy. And I want to get back to the Page of Swords. I feel like you're developing very quickly within days or weeks from this energy into this. Like, you were defensive and you were protecting whatever it is that you're working on. But, this page is also, or is it? Oh, sorry, it's the Knight. No, it's the page. My God, I'm confused. I have just started using this weight deck a few days ago again, and I haven't used it for a few years, so I'm sorry. So this energy is quite, it's not always immature, but it's not as emotionally stable as this energy. Like, it is still agitated when something happens. A little bit frustrated when someone attacks, a little bit anxious. And this one is like super self-confident. Like so deeply, profoundly established that there is no need to pull the sword because they have established such an authority that no one will even dare to attack them. That's how it feels to me right now. The Nine of Wands. This is also your energy. I feel like this is the kind of energy that you're trying to let go of so that you can go from this to this. Still being in this emotional state of feeling like a victim or feeling bitter over this attack, even if the attacker is gone and the attack somehow you won it, but it still gives you a little bit of a sour taste. And you get out of the situation itself is solved externally, but internally there is just this lingering of this negative emotion. And I feel like that this is something that you would like to let go of. And you probably will be able to. And I feel like just whatever this is, there might be people around you who will be happy for you that this is working out for you. You might even want to celebrate this achievement, and it also, most importantly, makes me feel like you have the feeling that you're coming home, which connects me back to the High Priestess. Like that this is something that felt so strong to you, so right for you. Like it's a part of your destiny. And that's why you might have this feeling of coming home. I'm gonna pull some more cards. Oops, lay out another spread with the same deck. And then I'm gonna use my own decks as well. Four of Cups. How does that fit in? I feel like the Four of Cups is your energy, but it contradicts the previous spread because I felt so much determination and strength and will. Let's dive in what this is all about. I feel like there is some kind of resistance to go back to a certain group of people. And this is a kind of coming home in a different sense now. You know, we had the Four of Wands already in the first spread where I was saying that whatever you're working on will make you feel like coming home. But this is another kind of coming home, like maybe going back to your family. I mean, it could be the family that you founded yourself with a partner and children, or the family who raised you when you were a child, or a friend circle. That's what I'm feeling for a lot of you. I'm not getting something, for many of you it's not something extremely toxic, for some of you it could be something like that. But what I'm mainly feeling here is just something that is not suitable anymore. Like, I feel like you might have received an invitation or offer from some old friends. Not necessarily to a party, but it could also just be, you know, an offer to stay in contact, stay in touch. But I feel like you have no interest because somehow something in your mindset changed, something about you involved, and they haven't, even if they are not like terrible people or something, they are stuck somewhere, and you feel like this vibe is just off. Like maybe they are a little bit superficial, or they just don't understand certain things. They seem to be interested and open towards you, but it's like could be that this group of people are like party people who want to party all the time, no matter how old they get. Like they get never out of this party state and never really mature. And maybe, you have just grown out of that, especially with what you've been working on, probably even for a long time, that there is just, it's just not suitable anymore. Like it's just too superficial, or your whole lifestyle might have changed due to what you've been working on. I'm also getting a very small example right now. Let's just say you have started to work out regularly and get up each Saturday and Sunday morning to follow your workout routine, and you change your nutrition, and you started to learn something new so that you can, have this increased income, but you didn't have the qualifications, so you had to learn each weekend, and you didn't have the time to party every weekend anymore. But these people, they are still where they were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, and you're not. You've changed your life. This is just an example that I was thinking of. It could be something into this direction. Like it's just not a match anymore. And this Queen of Pentacles. I feel like she's not your energy. I also feel like this person can't harm you. I'm getting a mean vibe from her. She might be watching you, be envious. You might not even be aware of that. She could also be a man, of course. Someone who is envious, that's what I'm getting strongly, but I don't feel like this person will act on that or say something or do something against you. It's just someone with whom your development is not sitting right. And here I'm getting two things. This Empress is your energy, whether you're a man or a woman. It just reminds me, of the Nine of Pentacles. I think they go well together right now. It feels, very fruitful, very gentle yet strong, confident, successful, just complete and whole. And while you are becoming aware of these circumstances, you are growing out of this energy into the Empress energy. So you are evolving further and further. And with this Three of Pentacles, this made me think of two things. Like on one hand, while you continue to work on what you've already been working on, you might awaken someone's interest, and they might ask you for your service or offer you something, and then it suddenly splits. Like I feel like a group of you will appreciate that they are asking, and another group of you might be a little bit rejective towards them, because maybe it's not a very good offer. Like it's not a bad or evil kind of offer, but it's also not good enough, because it seems to me that you are aiming at a bigger success, and you might have already reached some kind of success, and what they are offering is not really what you want. It's a little bit on a lower level. And I also feel like this could be this friend circle again, or whoever that is for you. Like, it somehow is connected to this card. You might even figure out what is their true intention, why they are trying to pull you back into this friend circle. With this Tower card here, these two cards together, it just makes me feel like when you fully embody this energy, it is like all these connections are being torn out of you at once, like all these energetic connections that have actually faded out but are still in some way attached to you. Like, we have energetic ties to people, even if they are not a part of our social life anymore. Sometimes it takes years or whatever, decades to energetically completely disconnect. And I feel like as soon as you reach this level of self-sufficiency or just confidence, it is like, everything that doesn't belong to you anymore will just naturally at once explosively be removed out of your life. I don't see this Tower card as anything negative in your reading, not at all. It looks more like a relief to me. Okay, so that's it so far, and now I'm gonna use my other decks. Those are my medieval oracle cards. As I said, I already shuffled all my decks. Just a very quick one. The Snake, the Magician, the Queen, the Mirror, and the Moon. It feels quite positive to me. The Snake can appear as something negative or positive, like all my cards. But in this case, it feels very positive to me. It can stand, I gave this card several different meanings, but one of them is healing, medicine, also knowledge, some kind of secret knowledge. Not forbidden or evil knowledge, just secret knowledge. And I feel like you might soon reach a certain level of understanding, quite profound level of understanding. I want to remind you of the first spread where we had the High Priestess card. So there's something about this higher kind of perspective that is coming with this snake. And in the unconscious position, we have the Magician. And it reminds me, it connects us back to the first spread as well, where I was saying in the very beginning that you are very determined about creating something, and the Magician also has something to do with this kind of creation, with somehow maybe even being able to create things that others cannot create. Maybe having a certain talent that not everyone has. But it's not something that you think about it a lot. It's just more in the background. It's almost unconscious. I'm wondering about this queen. She gives me a very good vibe today. I feel like this is a new energy entering your reading. This could even be someone who is offering you something that you will appreciate, like something very good. I feel like, she's the queen. She's in a position of authority and power, and she might be able to help you with something. She has good intentions. It all feels all right to me. With this mirror card, I don't know how to read that right now. I somehow have this feeling like it's a mirror that is somehow blocked, that gives no reflection back. I've never read this card like this before. Maybe you don't want to reflect too much at this moment. Like maybe if you were someone who has been over-reflecting on things, it could be that this will slow down. Like might be so active and just dissolve in your work or in your hobby so deeply that you might lose your sense of self, but not in a negative way, but more in a freeing way. That you melt with something and you don't overthink yourself, you don't overthink your own thoughts, your emotions, you don't overthink how you look in the mirror. Like there's something very selfless about this card right now. And I love the moon card, even though the moon card can also appear in a negative way, but mostly it comes out in a positive way, and it's just a very feminine and gentle energy. So it could be that there are some very harmonious times for you ahead after this tower moment, after letting go of all the restriction, all the boundaries that were maybe even imposed onto you by a certain group of people, even if they didn't do it with any bad intentions, or for others of you maybe they did it with bad intentions. After realizing all that, and after continue to work on whatever it is you're working on, you might just end up in this really nice, loving and caring motherly energy. So now I'm going to use my duality deck. It has 108 cards, but I just put it onto this thin paper, so it's a bit annoying to shuffle it. Death, friction, mouse, soon. We have ego at the bottom of the deck, and I was just, with the mirror card here, where I said like the mirror is somehow blocked, that it doesn't give an image back, like there's something very selfless. There's this death card, I would like to connect it to the tower. It's a very freeing energy. Like you are really dropping a lot of burdens and faded out old connections. I also feel like, this friction card, like maybe you've been through a very annoying, exhausting, stressful time. I drew this card, like, just look at him, how angry, not only angry, but he's also tired. He has to pull these wheels that are not round. Then this demon, this nasty, provocative demon on his back with these fire stones, like making noise, making fire, like it's just too much. So maybe you've been in a state like this, but it's just over. Like something is just being dropped, like he's dropping this skull down the abyss. With this mouse, I called this card mouse or small, but I don't feel drawn to the actual meaning that I intended this card to have. I feel like drawn to the animal, the mouse, not as a metaphor for something, also not literally as a mouse, but I feel there's something for some of you about a pet, or about animals in general. Even though that doesn't seem to make sense with the rest of the reading, that's what I'm intuitively feeling here. Maybe you will get a new pet out of nowhere in the midst of whatever you're working on. And I don't know the English word, the German word is Vorfreude, my God. I think maybe if I read the word, I know that I actually knew it, just sometimes I forget some vocabularies. Like a kind of joy that you feel before something happens, because like for example, you're invited to a party and then the days before the party you are already so happy about it, or someone will soon give birth to a child and you are like this little dwarf, super happy and excited, waiting until the last seconds passed before it finally happens. And I feel a lot of different things about this card, like just being happy, excited about this new thing that you're working on, or this old thing that you're working on that is developing new levels. And with this queen, whatever she offers or whatever she helps you with, I think that this is something that you're looking forward to a lot. But I also feel like if this is really about a pet, maybe you haven't had a pet for a long time and you're excited about getting one. Or maybe you had to bring your pet to the vet and it had to stay there for a while because of a surgery and now it's coming home. There's just something super happy about an animal. And it doesn't have to be your own pet. I mean, maybe you're looking forward to go on a safari trip and see lions in nature. I don't know. It's just something that you're very excited about regarding this animal. So now let's get to the fun part. I am using my Lifestyle Tarot deck. So please don't take this too seriously. Sometimes there are some health cards coming up and I am not your doctor. So you'd rather check in with your real doctor. This is just for fun here. What do we have? Cardio. So maybe that would do you a favor at the moment. Lungs. No, those two go together very well. With the lungs card, I also often think of, it's winter, wear proper clothing, protect your respiratory system. If you feel uncomfortable, if you have to take the public transports, with this whole virus stuff, which is officially almost over, but some people still wear their mask because it's unofficially not entirely over, I think. So, just protect your lungs. Also, cardio, I think it can help to increase the health of our lungs. What else? Smoking, oh my god, come on, this can't be any more obvious. So maybe, of course, not all of you are smokers, but for those of you who are, this could be relevant to you right now. Maybe you have, especially with those party people that I was just using as an example, but maybe this example really resonates with someone. So maybe there's something you want to watch out. Like, I know for people with addiction, it's easier said than done. You just stop smoking, it's unhealthy. But, at least decrease it. Like, there's for some of you, maybe a message about that. Not decrease, reduce it. Then we have strength training. I was using that earlier as an example, that maybe some of you, that you changed your lifestyle and you don't want to go partying all the time. Also for people, especially, sometimes people when they get older, they think it's too late to start working out, but I think it's never too late. And especially strength training, if you do it properly, of course it doesn't heal all problems in the world, but it stabilizes your bones, it improves your posture. It helps you in your daily life, especially as we get older. I think it's important. Discipline, oh my god, this is a quite scalding reading for you. Flowers. Okay, how does this match here? Oh, at the bottom of the deck we have heart health, goes well with cardio and strength training. Smoking as well, smoking doesn't always only have to cause, only in quotes, cancer, but it can also cause heart attacks. So this all speaks for itself. I don't have to explain it any further. With the flowers, could be just a suggestion, maybe, when you go jogging, find a nice place in nature where you're surrounded by some trees, where you can smell some plants, flowers. Buy yourself flowers. Give someone flowers. Receive flowers. It might just help you with something. Instead of smoking a cigarette, smoke some flowers. No, it was just a joke. Smell some flowers. Maybe the smell of flowers helps you. Okay, next round, last round. My sarcastic animal messages. Oh, we already had the animal topic in this reading. I don't have a mouse in this deck. Maybe I will add one. The hare. I'm always pregnant. I told you those cards are very sarcastic. Somehow this hare makes me think of cardio. They are really good at running. They have to be, because they are prey. They have to be good runners. They have to be good jumpers. I'm always pregnant. If we include that, it could just mean that you're always pregnant with ambition, with ideas, with determination, because that was the very start of our reading. Like, you know, there's just always something in your mind that you want to do. Of course, the rabbit or the hare could also have an entirely different meaning for you that I'm not aware of. Maybe you have a pet rabbit. Then the next card, the pigeon. I haven't wrote down the slogan yet, but I thought, because I haven't completely finished this deck, I thought of something like, they say I'm filthy, but I'm actually loyal and gentle-hearted, because, you know, pigeons are, as far as I know, quite peaceful animals. They are loyal. They come back to their owner, usually, if nothing happens to them. They are quite smart. Maybe not as smart as other birds, but you know, they were used to bring letters and find their way back to their owner. And I think they are quite misunderstood unfairly. So this pigeon card could be your energy. Also, you know, maybe this discipline card is not like telling you, yeah, you have to be more disciplined. Maybe it's just because I saw so much determination and initiation in your reading that you are so extremely disciplined and motivated, like this pigeon, because I think they are quite disciplined animals. Or just, you know, the same as for the hare. Maybe a pigeon means something to you that I can't see. Maybe you have pigeons. Like a whole swarm of pigeons. And the pig, they feed me well just to eat me later. This could be about this friend circle, family, whatever this group of people is, or whoever that is trying to pull you back in, but you resist it. Could be that you mistrust them a little bit. Because, you know, they're too superficial and they might just try to pull you back onto their level and into their lifestyle. It also reminds me, because I was speaking so much about this change of your lifestyle in this earlier example about following a workout routine, and then there is so much about your health here coming up that, you know, you might just realize that it's not worth to, for example, feed yourself well with smoke cigarettes, because it will eat you up later. It will make you unhealthy. Like, it's better to invest into your health properly. It could, you know, just really represent an attitude that you are developing or having already towards yourself, like wanting this healthier lifestyle. Okay, I will leave it here. Thank you for watching.